Relax, sit down. Coming out of PE town. One drink, find a shot. Never mind your liver, get to Gino's spot.
Gino spot!
Get to Gino's spot.
Gino spot!
Have a laugh, have a giggle, and exercise your middle. Have a Gino shot.
Gino shot!
Get to Gino's spot.
Gino spot!
Get to Gino's spot.
Gino spot!
Have a laugh, have a giggle, and exercise your middle. Get to Gino's spot.
Gino spot!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Gino's Spot on a Monday afternoon, which we don't normally do Monday afternoons, I know, only when there's something special going on, and we have major rehearsals tomorrow night with the Sensational 7, which is our brand new center stage show. If you haven't got tickets, get them now, because there's I know there are a few left, but that seating plane is pretty full. Wendy has tickets for you guys, so you can have a look there. There we go, Sensational 7. We are doing a tribute to Talking Heads Electric Light Orchestra, Fleetwood Mac and Supertramp, and then we are pitching them against the 2000s, which is Maroon 5, Coldplay, and Imagine in the right-hand corner, Imagine Dragons, Coldplay, and Maroon 5 weighing in at 500 kilos. Well, I don't know how much they weigh, but we're doing we're comparing them against each other, see who does the best. And it's a fantastic show. They are all good. I can promise you that it's sounding amazing. We've got a full 10-piece band with some brass, a little bit, 2 keyboards. We've got bass and drums with Ronnie van Jaarsveld on the bass. We swap around the instruments a bit. We have a lot of fun, and I'll be out front doing my thing as well in a couple of songs. So we're having a really good time with the show. Make sure that you book it at Bay West, center stage at Bay West. Tickets with Wendy. There's Wendy's number right at the bottom there if you want to give her a call. Give it a go. And we'll see you this weekend, the 21st. And then, of course, if you're in East London, Kukompo, we are there on is it the 11th? I can't remember now. I think it's the 11th. Speak to 11th of September. Speak to Wendy as well. You can get tickets there, and as well as with Zane at the Guild Theatre. We are back at the Guild Theatre, and I can't wait to do that again, because that's our good old center stage stomping ground. So we'll be doing it like we did back in the day, and we'll be back there on the 11th of September. Don't miss out. That is selling very fast. Already the tickets are, I think, more than 60% sold. So make sure that you get in there before it's completely sold out. And there we go. At the bottom of the screen, you'll see Wendy's as well. Of course, lots going on at Bay West as well. We've got plenty of shows. Just pop over to the Center Stage at CO.za website, and you can see there what's on the go. They've got it, I think, Once Upon a Song as well. Also have on the go Tuba Mieki. Of course, Tuba is going to be in our show as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's not bugger around anymore. We have got, thank you to our sponsors, to Fitch and Leeds. The Fitch and Leeds guys have been with us since the very beginning, in the olden days. And yeah, I'm wearing my school shirt. You see the school shirt today. And as well as Pinion, who are amazing. They are our accountants, but they don't only do accounting, they also help out help mostly boere, especially the dairy farmers. So if you are a dairy farmer especially, they are specialists in that field. And they know how to ride a tracker. So pop into Pinion, have a look there as well, their website, pinion.co.za. Right. And now, today we have a special show. So we are doing it on a Monday. We are going to be rebroadcasting on Tuesday. So if you're watching Tuesday night, this is a rebroadcast. However, stay online, because we need your help as well. ELSEN Academy and Bugs Barclay, we've got him here in the studio today, and we're going to have a chat about ELSEN Academy and what they're doing and their quest for the new premises. So let's give it a go.
Ooh, welcome to the show. Now it's your turn to shine. We're going to have a lucky chat tonight. Another good time.
And here we are, Mark Barclay. Welcome to the Gino Spot studio.
Thanks, Gino.
You know,
good afternoon. Yeah.
It's actually ridiculous that you haven't been in here more often.
I know.
Because I think there was possibly, during COVID, there was possibly something we did with Gino Spot. I can't remember.
No, we did. We went around the homes.
It was yes. We did like a party.
Yeah.
We did a party.
And we had to introduce ourselves as a family and then dress up as a certain
Yes.
thing. It was quite a lot of fun, but it brought us together.
It did, eh?
Yeah.
It did. Wasn't it? Yeah, I'd forgotten about that.
No.
We did. Everybody had to introduce themselves. We had a party. It was an online party, and wasn't it for the? It was for the, at that time 15 years or 15 years. It was the 15 years, and this year it is
21.
21. There's 21 today.
Yeah.
21.
Got the key.
Hey, yeah, got the key at the door. Never been 21 before. Yes, it, yeah. So now we need,
Yes. Yeah.
we're actually looking for the key for a new door for ELSEN Academy. So now, I think first of all, for people that don't know what ELSEN Academy is, just a brief description from the principal himself.
So let's quickly go back, a brief history. So started in 2006 by your wife, Philippa.
Absolutely.
Catherine, and then there was a third person who was a psychologist.
Yes, Christina.
Christina. So we owe a lot to her as well in those formative years.
Yeah.
Started in a little church building in Warmer.
Of course, at St. Bernadette's.
Yes.
I remember carrying stuff into there.
Yeah.
I do.
With 13 children who marched into that school on I think the 13th of January 2006.
Yeah.
That was when my association started because my son, my oldest boy, Andrew, he then became one of those founder 13 students. He had come from Cape Recife. Wasn't happy, opened the newspaper, one of those EP Express, the newspaper the next day. There was Philippa's advert for starting a school. Went the next day, met her, and we enrolled, and then it was a full working hard on me, and I owe a lot to Philippa because I was at another school, St. George's College in those days.
Oh, yeah.
And she kept planting little seeds that hang on your heart. Your journey is to ELSEN. And then 2009 we moved into our current premises. I must say from the onset, Ken Denton, our landlord, he's been very, very good to us. We've got a wonderful working relationship with him. I know he catches a lot of negative publicity.
He did, yeah. I've heard it.
But I don't have a nasty word to say. He's been very kind to us. So that was my start then. And then from 2010 to now, so what's that? 17 years later.
17 years later.
We've been in that building. And funny enough, Phil, again, her old school. So she almost in a way came home.
Yeah, it was Holy Rosary before, and Ken Denton has done a beautiful job on that building. It is really, really lovely. But I mean, obviously, ELSEN is renting.
Yes.
So it's always better to have your own premises.
I think that we all want that, But it's just one quick point about it is there are a lot of 25, 35 year, 40 reunion.
Yes.
And they all want to walk through the building, and it's so wonderful to watch them because their eyes light up. Yes. Their old building is still being used for education.
School.
And that's the most important thing.
Yeah.
Just as long as those classrooms that they sat in are still being used for teaching. Yes, I absolutely love it.
They do, and it's the Shamrocks. I think the Shamrocks are was Trinity, Holy Rosary, Marist Brothers, and Priory. I think they're all together, and they do. They've a lot of the HRC old girls have come through there, and I know Philippa does the tours as well, and it's lovely.
It's lovely to see.
Yeah, and a lot of that building has been kept to its original thing.
Yeah.
So you can still see the little bridge going there, and, across to the hall from the main building, and then that main building is now being refurbished as well. Hey?
And Gino, what people don't realize, when he knocks down certain areas, he actually doesn't buy another brick. He uses those same bricks and stones that were the original part, and he uses them again.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever seen a truck load bricks off there because he just makes sure that everything gets reused that was once part of the building, which is a beautiful story.
Yes, it is good. And there have been some changes, but I think that, if you look in that building now, it really is. It's lovely. The stonework is amazing, and he's kept to that. That theme, the original heritage of the building. I think he's as much as he can there. But so obviously, like I say, I think the point is that ELSEN is now grown to, I think, just under 150 kids. Is that right?
Yeah, and we've been operating now for 21 years. This is our 13th grade 12 class.
Wow, 13th grade 12 class.
So we're now well established in our Kobega area as a neurodiverse school, and we must always frame it correctly.
Yes.
Neurodiverse as opposed to the old term of special needs.
Yes.
Our kids are They write caps, matric exams.
Normal.
So all they have is really a learning barrier of some sorts.
Yes.
And to find that right area, right teacher, right environment,
Yeah.
and they can reach their full potential. Which
Yeah.
again, you are
Oh
also
yeah,
a parent.
my boy Key was battling it in mainstream and he just flew.
Yeah.
I mean, he eventually he's got his degree now. We were just talking about him now. He's got his degree and he got A's in his at Varsity College now. He's working. I mean, just that confidence that he needed just to get through, and then he was on his way flying.
No limits to learning, eh?
Yeah, it's true, absolutely. And I've when so many children have gone through that, gained that confidence, moved on to a better place, as opposed to if they'd been in mainstream, just possibly sliding into,
and that's for me one of the saddest things, especially when they're arriving at ELSEN in high school.
Yeah.
And then there's so much emotion attached to how they're feeling about themselves.
Yeah.
And you almost wish that parents would have done it a bit earlier.
Yeah.
You see the through-print from those that are coming in the foundation phase.
Yeah.
When they sit with our foundation phase teachers into the IP, I wish every child would arrive at that time, because
early on, because then they
it's time to remediate.
They don't have to go through all that sickle where they're battling and everybody else is okay, and they're the ones that's sickling all the time, and they're ostracized. So it just breaks them down.
Yeah, and they know it.
Yeah, they know it. They absolutely know it. And I think, like you say, if you catch it early as a parent, you can't be selfish like that.
No.
Because you, as a parent, you want your child, oh no, my child's fine, he's going to get through. He just, goes on and does it. But you've got to come to the realization that my child needs a little bit extra help here.
Yes.
And then once they get that, the earlier they get that, the better.
They call it a foundation phase because it's a foundation phase.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
in there.
a meaning to it.
Yeah.
And again, it's also class size matters.
Yeah.
The quality of your teacher. And I mean, I can't sing my teacher's praises high enough. It takes a special person to work in that environment day in, day out. And no one holds a gun to them. They choose to work in that environment, and they are exceptionally good at it.
Yeah.
I'm biased, but I reckon I've got the best teaching staff in the world.
I agree with you. It does take a special teacher. They have to have done remedial as well.
Especially in the junior school.
Over and above their teaching degree. And so these are teachers that have really thought, okay, well, I want to do something extra here. I want to give that little bit extra. And you can't buy that, it's
a hard thing.
Yeah. And then, of course, it's a private school as well, which makes things difficult because you're relying on fees.
School fees, obviously, there's a lot of application to grants, to trust funds, but you're not always guaranteed. So when they do come, it's obviously fills a large gap, but you can't bank on that. So Catherine, our finance lady, has got to be very, very prudent with finances.
Yeah.
Got to work closely with parents in terms of their ability to pay fees.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, there's part of my job is also to look from a business point of view, and that's the finance point of view. The rest, that's the head part. The rest can be the hard part. You can work with kids because they're not a business. They learners.
Of
but
course.
the finance part has to be run like a business.
Yeah, it does, and that's tough for a school. And I always, I always think some of these private schools are if a school's going on the stock market, I'll just it just was alarm bells for me for schools on the stock market.
Yeah.
Like what? Hang on, how does a school has got to take care of those kids? That's got to be their focus, and it's got to be financially, it's got to be the focus, and teaching has got to be the focus. Operationally, everything has got to be. So how do you, if you've got to sort of make shareholders happy by giving them more money, how are you going to do that?
Difficult.
It's
and I've got
tough.
greatest respect for heads who operate in that, because obviously the heads can be taken to the teachers. You don't worry about the finances. Your job is the teaching side. So you have your relationship with the kid. Heads sit there with enormous pressure in terms of bums on seats.
Yeah.
Why is there an empty seat?
Yes, why is there empty seat?
Yes.
We want our money.
Yes.
I mean, the shareholders don't even know where their money is. They just want profit.
Yeah. And I mean, we realistically, and I don't say this flippantly, we realistically go out today and fill ELSEN.
Yeah.
But it's not the the learner that needs to come to ELSEN. You must be neurodiverse. Otherwise, there's no real need for you.
Of course.
We will turn children away who are academically too strong.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't need us.
Then go mainstream. They must be in the mainstream.
Yeah.
It's for those guys. That's the one thing with ELSEN as well. It's a non-profit organization, so that means that there's whatever profit goes back into the school, which is the best thing for a school. I still think, and then obviously we've got to have the right teach. You've got the right teachers. You've got the right and the learners don't choose. They generally the path gets put in front of them.
Yeah.
And if they can come to that party, if they can join the school and afford the fees, then they're on that path and they're going. Yeah. But it's not a parent's choice.
Yeah.
To come. You have to be like I said, you have to get over that barrier of being like, oh no, my child is fine. The sooner you get them in, the better. So I would say for anybody who's out there who's got kids that are battling at school, the earlier you can get them and bring them to where would they go? They go to come visit.
Well, I mean, most people would Google it. So neurodiverse options in Port Elizabeth, and ELSEN would come up, and then they would just send an email to info@elsen.co.za. And again, Gino, it's not like a marketing employer. I have many conversations with parents who just want to come talk to me.
Yeah,
I don't want to come enroll my child, but I just want some advice. And I suppose, over time, being a father of two neurodiverse children myself, maybe I have gained a bit of experience in raising children. So a lot of the times, the moms, the dads are floundering a bit. It's a different road. There's that wonderful. I was on a plane to Belgium, but the plane diverted to Holland. Yeah. But Belgium's brilliant, but Holland is maybe not as nice, but it's still a nice place.
Still a nice place, yeah.
So
certainly more neurodiverse than Belgium.
Yeah. So I didn't mean to knock them in any way, but it's a different journey, but it's still a wonderful journey. And I mean, these kids teach us so much about life.
Yeah.
That in spite of the barriers and stuff, they still manage to get through, and they show grit, they show courage, they show determination. Because things don't just roll off the tongue. Yeah. They've got to work hard for it. But at the end of the day, when they've achieved that, and we have a valedictory like any other school, boy oh boy, when those grade 12s get up there in front of the whole school and they tell us about their journey.
Amazing.
I sit there with tears in my eyes.
And I've heard some of the stories. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Yeah. And the teachers who might have had difficult times with those kids, they also will.
They cry.
Listening to this, it's all worth it.
Oh no, it is fantastic. Yeah. And Philip is also putting some things on the teleprompter here. She says we do offer financial aid as well and it's not always so. Even if you don't find that if the fees are too much, we can look at financial aid as well.
And again, that's sometimes a parents feel very proud. They don't necessarily want to humble themselves.
Yeah.
But you know what? A good turn to you will one day be able to do that good turn to someone else.
Yeah.
I firmly believe that. It's what makes the world go round.
Trade swap. We need more trade swaps. That's what we need. Yeah. Oh no. And I mean, as far as the new premises. So this we've been looking around for new premises all over PE.
For a long time.
So if anybody's got ideas, let us know as well. But we have also found. And you were talking about the fact that you were principal at St. George's College. Were you at St. George's Prep as well?
No, just at the college. So the college, they were scared of losing prep kids with an older brother. So the older brother would go into grade 8 somewhere else, and then they would take the junior one out as well. So the prep would be losing two kids, so to speak. So they wanted to start a college. And I came on board in 2001.
Okay.
And soon after that became the headmaster there. So I cut my teeth as quite a young teacher in how to start a school. Because when the college started in 2001, I remember opening the doors in the current building where they are now, St. George's Prep, in the music block, and I had 6 kids behind me, and that was the whole school. So that was quite daunting. But again, you grow up quickly. You throw in the deep end, and you learn things very, very quickly. Yeah.
And now St. George's Prep is selling their premises, and ELSEN Academy is looking to get it. And look at there's the poster. a once in a lifetime opportunity for ELSEN Academy, which is I know we're in the running for it, I believe.
Okay. Yeah.
And so I mean, look at that. That is the most beautiful property. I mean, we've got to obviously get the money together, and that's what's happening at the moment, doing fundraising as well.
Yes.
I suppose we looked at all sorts of options.
Yeah. So all this has happened very, very quickly. So it's not, and we've had to move quickly. They sent a letter not that long ago. It was in maybe June sometime, where they notified the parents that the school unfortunately was closing. One of our staff members has a child at the St. George's Prep.
Yes.
She immediately forwarded it to us, and then all our ideas sort of we started working overtime. The bottom line is that they had 2 phases. So the phase 1 was for organisations like ourselves and others to submit an offer. They would then scrutinise each offer, and if they felt that an offer was good enough, they would then sell to that person.
Sure. Okay.
Option 2 then, or phase 2, was then to go to auction. So any person that put in, any organisation like ourselves, because we also put an offer in, and any other organisation that put offers in, none of those offers were deemed to be high enough for their valuation. Okay. So they have now taken it to auction. And I always say to people when they start talking about auctions, one thing I do know about an auction, it needs 2 people.
Yeah. Yes.
So you take it to auction because you're hoping that there are 2 very interested parties that are going to push the price up.
Of course it is. Yes. So they obviously want the highest price possible.
I'm quietly sitting here hoping that there's just one person.
Yes, they want to be there. What a marvelous. Yes, it's us.
Yeah.
And look. So I know that we've been meeting with all sorts of people and trying to raise funds. I think it's 150,000 or so has been raised already.
Yeah.
We're looking at 4 million there to try and add to what you've got to try and get this property. I mean, I think it's got everything, hasn't it? It's ready to move in.
30,000 square meters. It's got. I've done a sort of head count in terms of classroom space, so it would satisfy all the way. Remember, they go from grade 1 to 7, and then always had a pre-primary. We go from grade 1 to 12.
Yes.
Plus we've got an RC class. Plus we've got we've got RC classes, and plus we've got vocational phase classes.
Okay.
So I've been asked.
What's RC again?
Remedial caps.
Okay. Yeah.
So I've been asked, would we need the whole building? Yes. Also, it's got a beautiful big AstroTurf at the back, the swimming pool.
Swimming pool as well.
Listen, it's a massive campus, 30,000 square meters.
No, it's big.
So, and beautiful classrooms. I mean, the Knockfearner, the double-story front building.
That's the old house.
Yes, built in 1899. I mean, that's heritage deluxe.
Yeah, 1899.
1899.
Wow.
And I mean, there's a whole story to that. But a beautiful building, and I can just imagine.
Yeah.
Come 13th of January next year, our ELSEN kids are being dropped off.
Imagine
in front of Park Drive.
It'd be absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
So I will. We hope that we can get something together, and we hope that the auction goes away. If not, well, then we have to soldier on and find a property. Something that we could use.
Yeah, and I mean, we are, like I said, we're well established now. So if our home is where our home is at the moment, needs to carry on, the sun will come up tomorrow, and we will carry on.
It will.
And we remain positive. At the end of the day, it is about the children, about the learners. It's not about anything else but providing for the learners. So the classrooms at ELSEN current property and the one potentially the new one, the same teaching is going to take place.
Yeah.
So
of course
it will just carry on. Yeah.
Well, I see there's some comments coming up here. I see Alan Barclay. Is that your boot?
Yes.
There we go. So proud of you, Bark, and also ELSEN community making a significant difference to many young lives.
He's obviously very biased. Yeah.
Yeah, he's biased. And I see another Alan there, Alan Stratton.
Yes.
How's it, Alan, from my PEYC
Good man,
club?
Yeah. He's also a parent.
The Saints of ELSEN, absolutely. I think that all the parents are keen on getting this.
The response and the comments. I mean, I went to my doctor last week. I go for my annual checkup, my cholesterol checkup, and the first thing he says to me is, "How's it going?" He didn't ask me how I'm going. How's it going with ELSEN? So it's definitely doing its rounds, which is nice. If people didn't know about ELSEN in Port Elizabeth, I think they do now.
Yeah. Yeah, and not only from a schooling perspective, but also to possibly help. And if anybody's got any ideas, let us know. And if anybody wants to do partnerships and things, and we're open to anything.
I'm open to meeting anyone.
Yeah.
Meet anyone, talk to anyone.
Yes.
Engage with anyone. Again, there's no monopoly on knowledge here.
Yeah.
I said to a lot of people, I'm a trained educator.
Yeah.
When it comes to acquiring properties and stuff.
It's another story.
Yeah. No. Come and help me. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. No, bugs. It's bugs, eh?
Yes.
So bugs, is that from school days?
It comes originally from my dad.
Oh.
He had, as a young grade 1, 2, he had 2 big front teeth. So it comes from Bugs Bunny.
Yeah, of course.
And then when my older brother started school, he was then also called Bugs. And then when Alan, he's the second one. When he came to school, he was called Bugs. I was then called Bugs. And then my younger brother Peter was, and then my mom was called Mrs. Bugs. So when my school friends, when I'm talking, a lot of them, like even Alan now, he'll call me Bugs. When people say, hello, Mark, and I'm in their company, they go, who's Mark?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's strange how they think, but that's such a schoolboy thing, you know. It's always like everyone's got their name.
Yes, yeah.
Everyone's got their name. Yeah. And in your case, it's just your brothers were too close together, probably. They're just like, we'll just call him Bugs.
But yeah, my dad used to love it because when the girls started phoning, and they would say, can I speak to Bugs, please? And he would
Bugs
say,
speaking?
Bugs speaking.
Of course he did.
No, this is not Bugs. I promise you, this is Bugs. This is the real Bugs.
This is Bugs.
So he loved that.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, were you born in PE?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
born, bred PE, yeah?
Spent 2 years in the army. It's the only time I've ever been away. Otherwise, I've lived all my life.
Where did you grow up? What suburb, whereabouts?
So we actually moved around a bit. We lived on a farm in Edda.
Oh,
And we used to travel in.
Yeah, near Kurkut.
Lived in
Did you farm there?
Yeah.
Oh, my word.
Citrus farm.
No ways.
Yeah. I was actually born, left hospital and went back to the farm. Yeah.
Crikey, Sanford. And then went straight back to the farm.
Yes.
Put on the tractor, go.
Come pick oranges and nuts. Then we lived in Central for a while, and then in Mill Park, which was lovely.
Was your dad teaching, or did he also teach?
No. My dad always owned his own businesses. He was just, he never wanted to work for a boss. He was pretty much like you.
Yeah.
Wanted to work for himself, and he was always involved in the coal business.
Oh.
And back in the day, that was a big thing.
Coal?
Coal, yeah.
So
he
was digging in the mines.
He used to arrange for the trucks to come and load the coal off at the station.
Jeez,
and then drop it off at the hospital was big in those days. They used to use enormous amount of coal, and he had that. I'd say he was always business orientated.
Okay, gee whiz. And then so your mom from here as well?
Your mom also from here. She's she proudly calls herself a Karoo lady. From Grafenet area.
A Karoo lamb.
Yeah, she went to Union High in Grafenet.
Oh, Union High. There we go.
And then I can't really remember where my dad and mom meet, but my mom always says that my dad chased her around.
Of course he did.
Yeah.
Right, and so you went grade junior?
Grade junior, grade senior,
really?
All of us.
So grade right the way through.
Great-grandfather went to Grey on the Hill, the old building.
Okay.
My father went to Grey, and the 4 of us.
Oh, you mean at the Donkin?
Yes.
Ah.
Yeah, the original Grey.
Yeah. Yes. That's, what do they call it now? Is it... can't remember what it's a MSC building now. I think.
But it still looks nice.
It
they
does.
looked after, which is nice. Yeah.
Yeah, it's also a very nice heritage building there. I don't know what's happened to the next door, the hotel.
Yeah,
it's not
sad.
looking good.
Because that was also, it was a special hotel.
They redid it and then it didn't go through there. Mom and Dad met on Tinder. That's what he says, Alan. I don't know if Tinder was around. No, you know what they used to do? They used to rely on alcohol and bad judgment. That's what they relied on. Oh my word! And then Andrew's saying, "I'm so proud of you, Dad. Oh, there's your boykie." And how far ELSEN Academy has come since it was my school years. I hope the ELSEN Academy gets the building. Yay! Thanks, Andy.
Yeah, he's a great marketer for.
He is. Well, most of the students are actually.
No, you're right.
Yeah,
Yes, you are
they
right.
do, and the parents.
Yeah.
A huge respect, Cuz. That's a Cuz. Debbie Kempton.
Okay.
Kempton Jones, is that right?
Yes.
There you go. Players for huge successes. Excellent. We hope so. We hope so.
Lovely messages, huh?
Yeah, and so, I mean, sports. What did you do at school?
I tried everything.
Everything?
Yeah. So, but my main sport. My dad was a good cricketer. So back in the day, he was a wicketkeeper batsman. He captained Eastern Province B side.
Wow.
He didn't quite make the A side.
Okay.
So
Dave
we
Brickett, keep him away.
No.
I'm joking.
My dad's a bit older than Dave Brickett.
How is it?
I played against Dave Brickett.
Okay.
And then, so we all were keen cricketers, all four of us. Can you imagine the games that we had in the backyard? I mean, it was just cricket.
Hey, that was a thing, eh?
no.
Do they still do that? Because like a tennis ball, cricket in the back garden,
A piece of grass, and you would play cricket.
the whole day.
Yeah, and then rugby, you would play rugby against each other.
Crikey.
No, so we had a ball growing up in terms of sport. Shame, my poor mum, she was surrounded by 5 men. So she deserves a medal. Shame, she's 99, and I must give her a medal at some stage. Because I think she deserves one.
Jeez, and we have 5 boys. I was just listening to a podcast the other day saying that in the like how to it was a thing on how to survive in the Middle Ages. And surviving as a woman was so much more difficult because if you didn't have daughters to help you around the house, you had to do everything.
Yeah, and she literally did it. I mean, she would come and she would serve us.
Yeah.
We would all go sit down, and then my mum would be in the kitchen, and then
you lazy bastard.
I know. If I think of it now. So when Jill, my wife, wants to come and serve me, now Jill, let me come to the kitchen. She says, no, I want to do it for you. So as long as she's happy doing it for me.
Yes, she wants something.
Doesn't Phil serve you?
Not a chance. Not a chance. I have to beg. I'll do it myself.
No.
We share a little bit when we can. I do dishes. We do. There's certain jobs.
Okay.
Share them out.
50-50.
Oh, that's the way to go. All right. So junior school. I mean, what did you enjoy at school? What did you
listen, academics certainly not.
Oh, not?
No, school's about, you're meant to play sport at school.
Oh, right.
So
of course.
in the school time was just trying to get through that time so that I'd get to 2 o'clock and go and play sport.
Yeah.
So academically, I was never great. I just got by. I wasn't any great shakes. High school, I woke up because I realized, hang on now, you've got to make some of yourself. So started working a lot harder. Became a lot more studious. Managed to get my university pass.
Good,
And then went off to the army first, which in itself was quite something different. Yeah. Came back and then went to UPE, the old UPE. Studied teaching. I remember having a talk with one of my teachers, one of my favourite teachers at school, and he said, "What Barclay? Because at Grey, they didn't recall you by your first name.
Yes,
it was all by surname. Barclay. What do you want to do through life?" And I said, "I want to be a teacher."
Yeah.
And he probably rolled his eyes and said, "Oh my God,
geez,
don't come teach me."
Yes. Don't do it, man.
And it's never changed. And when I look back now, I would have my teaching career all over again without a shadow of doubt.
What was it that pointed you towards teaching?
No, I think I loved the interaction from the school point of view. I loved in my younger days as a teacher, I was involved in a lot of sport. So going on sports tours with kids, coaching. I loved the coaching side, and then I got involved in hockey as well. So it became hockey and cricket.
But then you were quite good at hockey and cricket as well.
Reasonable, yeah. So I mean, if I may, so
yes,
I did make the EP the 13 side. So that's probably my claim to fame. Then I managed to play for the Grey first team. Received colours, which is our highest award
for
there.
cricket.
For cricket.
Okay. Did you ever play against Fires?
Oh, lots of times.
No.
Fires would tell me that I was the happy hooker. Because when I used to come into bed, he used to try just to bounce me. And sometimes I used to catch on to him, and sometimes I didn't catch on to him. But all he would do is he'd run in like a mad thing, steaming in and just pitch everything, and he's off of the pitch and let the ball fly over my head, many games against Fires, but he was a competitive guy.
Yes. Very much so. A VP boy, as well. So I kind of tend to have a bias for him.
No, good man, Fires.
But I love Fires because he's always got so much energy and so much positivity in him. And he's like, come on, let's go, Anything, let's go.
Yeah, and how he was then, how he is today hasn't changed.
No.
He's still the nice guy.
Still he is. And I reckon, I wonder when last he bowled the ball, I reckon, because he's a tall guy as well, so come down pretty quick.
I should imagine those knees are quite sore now.
But
fine, you could appreciate, when you play sport like that, and then I was playing your first league stuff at university as well, so you build up incredible incredible friendships.
Yeah,
And now you see the guys later on, and it's like, you might not have seen them for a while, but you still interact with them like you were on a cricket
same
field.
way.
And it's so beautiful, And the thing about your schoolmates as well.
Yeah.
You come back after a reunion, you haven't seen a guy for 10, 15 years, but you just reconnect.
Exactly.
It's like a brotherly bond.
It's like, because you've grown up through those formative years, you really know somebody inside out, So even if they've got wayward or whatever, you know what they really are like in that thing. So it's crazy.
And I don't know. I think it's generally about PEs or PE just are thoroughly nice people.
Yes, it is. It's true.
By and large, just good people.
They are good people. And okay, so is varsity then? Is army was another story.
For those of us who had to go to the national service,
you meet all sorts of people in army. Yes,
but listen, you grow up quickly as an Engelsman.
Yeah,
You learn to speak Afrikaans.
You do.
You learn to understand the swearing in Afrikaans.
Yes, What's your sonny's oaks? And the speed at which these would speak, this flippant Sassant, this and Kupperal, that and whatever. Then it's
But if you think of maybe 2 years is too long.
Yeah.
But certainly, there's merit in it, even if it's a 6-month thing for young kids to go through. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think
I think there's arguments both sides for that. Obviously, no one wants to go and fight in a war, but the discipline and the sort of the fact that you're all the same.
Yeah.
Everybody gets cut down. Doesn't matter where you come from in life. You get shaved, your hair gets shaved off, and you go and you get the same clothes, same underpants, same whatever, same boots, and in there you go and you have to do the same thing. Doesn't matter how rich you are.
Well, nowadays, Mom, Dad, I'm going to have a gap year.
Yeah, gap year is another. That's something else.
So we had a gap year in the army.
We did, So it's sort of an enforced gap year. Yeah, gap year is kind of very like, we're going to go to England and go and work there. It's lovely. You see the world. I suppose it's the new army.
Our gap year was going to the bush.
Yeah, exactly. In the bush and bloody to make your bed and do your dishes and everything. Okay, then so varsity, that must have been late 80s.
So I left, my final year at varsity was 89.
89.
Okay, and then I did my honours in history, so I did a 5th year. And then in January was on my last exam. So then my dad had said to me, stay at Boston and do your masters. I don't know, but anyway, I remember I had written my last exam, and back in those days, Dallas was playing. But I mean, remember, evenings used to stop when Dallas was on. But I couldn't obviously watch Dallas the night before because I was learning for my exam, so I taped it.
Yeah.
So I got home at about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and I made myself lunch, put my lunch on a tray, and I went and sat in the lounge, and I put the VHS tape in, and I pressed play. And as I pressed play, the phone rang. I thought, I'm going to watch Dallas now. So go to the phone, and it's a guy by the name of Mr. Blackbird, who's the headmaster of Westring at the time.
Yes.
And he said to me, Mark Barclay, I said, yes. He says, listen, my history teacher has fallen on his back, and he's injured himself. Are you able to start teaching tomorrow?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Jeez, okay. I got a job.
What's Dallas? And it was for the end of the term, so you're taken off that whole term. So I got dressed the next morning in a jacket and tie for the first time. Drove off to school, had a short interview, and then said, fine, there's your classroom, off you go now, and you're going to teach history. You've got an honours degree, you know how to teach history.
No ways.
And I taught that to that end of that first term.
Governing body post.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, in those days, I don't know, there weren't governing body posts.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, so...
Oh, so you just, they just paid you for...
I wasn't, so I was basically paid the equivalent of a first-year teacher.
Yeah.
And during that time that I was at Westring, a teacher left Alex in my field as well. Okay. So my field back in those days was history and geography and a bit of junior maths and things. And I applied for the post. And so before the end of the term of Westring, I had then been employed in a government post at Alex.
Yes.
So in April of 1989, I started teaching at Alex, and I spent 10 years there. I had a wonderful time.
Alexander Road.
Yeah. And
was
from
it
then...
Peter Manser?
So even before, so it was a guy by the name of TBC Heath. He was headmaster. Dr. Jeff Ilsley was then the deputy during those days.
Okay, yes,
he left and went to Pearson. And then Peter Manser came in as the deputy.
Okay.
But I mean, so if I think of TBC Heath, Mr. Heath, Peter Manser, Jeff Ilsley, I got to work under 3 wonderful
Brilliant.
headmasters. Yeah.
Brilliant people.
Really, really clued up about education. And,
Yeah.
you know, as a young teacher, I would impress upon young teachers, look out for those people that are good at what they do and copy them or learn things from them, because you never know that you might need those skills. And I worked with wonderful staff.
And mentorship kind of thing. eh?
Oh, no. And it's so important, because you need to play it forward.
Well,
And
you say
guys
those were your mentors at that time.
I had a shadow done. And then I had very good HODs. So guys who were 10, 15 years older than me, but got to middle management. And then as a young teacher, from that first day, there's your matric class.
Yeah.
So it wasn't, we'll gradually build you up and you can teach 10s and then the 11s. No. Off you go.
That's the one.
That's grade 12, yeah. Because remember now, I'm coming out of varsity, what am I, 22, 23.
Yeah.
And you've got some of those guys who are 19.
Yeah.
And they're 6'5" rugby players.
Yeah.
And now they've got to sit down in class and listen to me. So you learn quickly, but it was a good exercise. And like I say, then Alex was a wonderful school. Fabulous school.
Well, I think PE in general has really got good schools.
Yeah.
You know, if you look at the junior schools, and you guys, I'm sure, have got your feelers out into all those schools, because any kids that are battling in mainstream can then come into ELSEN. You know, so schools like Herbert Hurd, Clarendon Park, grade junior,
all of them.
The primary schools are amazing.
Yeah.
All of them, and then the high schools as well. You know.
I say to people, and I unashamedly say, Port Elizabeth must be the best. Quebec must be the best city to raise young kids.
Yeah.
Because if you look at if you are able to, then you go in the private route. So you've got your Priories, your Theodores, your Woodridge, your Grahamstown schools, and then your government schools are fabulous schools. I mean, you mentioned if you Lorraine, Herbert Hurd, Charlotte, Summerwood Primary, and then when you get to the high school, I mean, I find those high schools sickle because of there are lots of, how can I put it, some elements that make it difficult for the majority, and I think you have it everywhere. And high school is a different beast.
Yeah.
It is really, really. I mean, you're dealing with different kids,
teenagers.
It's
a different thing.
And your hands, in a way, are also tied in terms of how enforceable you can be.
Yes,
so you've got to watch those things.
Gee whiz, it's in all the new legislation. I mean, you can't just spare the rod. You can't.
And nowadays you've got all different cultures. So as a high school teacher, it's incumbent on you to understand those cultures. So you're not just teaching a white English-speaking child. You are teaching a child who's from a black culture, from an Indian culture, from a coloured culture,
Muslim, whatever. It's all in there. Everything's inclusive as well. This whole inclusive thing too is become it's obviously part of the education system now, where so I think a lot of schools have got sort of remedial departments and things, but I think those are for the kids that are just falling behind a little, and you can catch them and send them in.
And a lot of schools are doing everything they possibly can to support those kids, which is I mean, it's a wonderful thing for them to do. But as Philippa well knows, it's one thing going to fetch a child for 1 hour a week.
Yes.
To try and remediate what a maths teacher might have done 5 hours in that week. And you're trying to fit it all in. Some kids just need that remedial environment all the time. 5 days a week throughout there. And again, it's not a death sentence. We've had wonderful success stories where children have been able to leave us and go back into
mainstream. So, because I think that was originally the idea, was that it's a bridging school. So you bring the child in, you work with them intensely for a while, for a year, 2 years, and then back into mainstream, and they cope much better.
That would be utopia. But
it doesn't
the
always
severity
work
of the barriers show you that, hang on, this is more long term.
Take longer. Yeah, for sure. And I see there's another message there from Jill. How's it, Jill? You're awesome. ELSEN is awesome. Your passion for what you do at ELSEN radiates through. It's radiating. That's what it's doing. Thanks, Jill. You're the long-suffering wife. Also, yes, Jill is with the Learning Academy. She is.
So we must talk about that.
Yes. Tell me about that.
Okay. So again, Philip, I must give credit to Phil, her brainchild. So there were Gino, quickly, we won't accept a child at ELSEN for two real reasons. The first one is you're too strong academically, so you don't need us. Your child, you're going to get bored, and you just don't need it. And the second one, if you behavioural issue.
Yeah.
ELSEN is not a dumping ground for children who can't behave themselves. I need to know that each child coming in, I can put that child in a classroom and the child's going to behave accordingly. Not every child,
And
not
not
all the time, and not
everybody.
just be disruptive. So sometimes you come when you have problems with disruptive children. But the Learning Academy was more for kids that weren't, they're not really academically challenged, so they can cope, but they're more emotionally challenged. They've maybe had bad experiences, or they've just going through a phase in their lives where they're not feeling great about themselves. So we then started what we call the Learning Academy now, which is to cater for those sorts of kids, those sorts of learners, and it's slowly grown over time. So Jill runs that as the HOD, and they operate out of a house in Walmer. You might know the house.
294 Villiers Road. I know that very well.
and David Maxwell, who's Mrs. Max's son.
Mrs. Max was a legendary teacher
Yes,
at
P,
the
all
school.
Hollow P knows who Mrs. Max is, and they work very close together. And it's about meeting their emotional needs, but at the same time, encouraging them from an academic point of view. So they've had, this is their 4th matric year now. And they've got 2 matrics this year. So it satisfies a massive need for children that don't want to wear uniform.
Yeah.
They just if they want to dye their hair green, and then the next day it's yellow, and they want to wear earrings all over the place, no one looks at them.
It's okay.
Yes, it's okay. They can just be themselves as long as they're working.
Couple of rock and rollers.
Yes, but it's
I love that. And
society doesn't have to box them in.
And also, it's kind of like almost a place where you can, because they do the curriculum that they do. Is it also CAPS or CAPS as well?
But online.
But they do it online. So instead of sort of teaching, what do you call it, homeschooling as well, it's better for them to be in a sort of a social environment.
Yes, and they then feed off each other. I mean, because that's so important that. School's not only about academics, it's about building up relationships, working with people your similar age, growing up together, sharing stories together.
Yes, of course, and building up friendships.
100%.
You want a bit of that, and homeschooling just doesn't give you that.
No.
It's going to be online friends, maybe. But you need to have those mates that you grew up with.
And it takes, believe me, it takes a special parent to homeschool their own child.
A lot of people think that they can do it, and then when it actually comes about, man.
Well, COVID.
When
when parents were forced to do it. I don't know how many parents came to me afterwards to say, listen, I am so appreciative of what you guys do now, because now I can fully comprehend it. Because remember, we were working through Google Classroom, and we were just, we would videos, and then we would be giving exercises, because we wanted to make sure we were doing everything, because we were still asking those parents to pay school fees. So we needed to justify that by the quality of education we were given, even if it was, online.
Man, I remember that. I remember those days. And I mean, nobody allowed in the classroom, so you've got to do it. And I think ELSEN jumped on pretty early.
Luckily,
in that thing.
We were so lucky in the sense that we had spent some time introducing it, and then COVID
already
in March, and then we had started that process already.
It
was a blessing in disguise.
It was, for sure. And so I mean, ELSEN's been your life now for the last 17 years, you say. Principal there, and the team is amazing. I mean, I know the directors, yourself, Philippa and Catherine, and Tanya as well. And soon new addition in Lisa Stevens. Yes, Lisa, of course, yes. And we were just talking about Mrs. Max, and she, she was for me as well the epitome of the ELSEN teacher in that, and just the way that she dealt with the kids, and they all have got that. It's a love. It's a family. It's hugs in the morning. It's small classes, and they've got that homely feeling. Nobody gets chastised. There lots of different children there. They don't have to conform to the standard.
And not always easy. I'm going to give you even today. I was with the grade 7 maths class, and I felt myself getting not angry, but getting frustrated because I'm explaining it away, but you're choosing not to follow my way of it in the maths class.
Yes.
And I must practice what you preach, because now I say, listen, I need to walk away, I need to go and stand outside for a while and then come back. But it's because we can't, those kids can never see us get frustrated with them, because that's what they were like at their other school.
Absolutely.
We dare not do that.
Yeah.
And it's just little things all the time of saying, well, I'm not
Put
going to allow
reminders.
myself to get frustrated. Because they don't need to see the teacher getting frustrated.
Yeah.
I'm struggling. Don't get frustrated with me. I'm
Well,
trying my
you
best.
can't blame you. You're from Grey, So the Grey guys are going to be, that's, Grey's like a standard down the line. You fit in or bugger off kind of thing. And ELSEN is certainly hasn't got that same thing. It's very diverse. It's very, and I love that. I love that about it. That's where the musicians come from, Mark, and the artists. That's where they are.
Yeah.
A lot of people used to say.
And look how successful they become.
I know, amazing, and from children that could have fallen into a trap of doing the wrong things, hanging with the wrong people,
Getting labelled.
getting labelled.
Gino, yes, getting labelled. Oh,
Yeah.
And you that naughty child.
Yeah.
And that's a beautiful thing about ELSEN, because when we talk to the kids, the learners, we say to them, that's history.
Yeah.
We're not judging you on past history. We don't know you. So come in with a clean slate. And you can visibly actually see them relax, knowing that that's how they've been, they've been accepted.
Yeah.
And another beautiful thing, and we witness it all the time, when a visitor comes, and spends a week with us. So the child is now going to come to ELSEN. And we call them a visitor because you're coming to spend a week with us.
Yes.
It's amazing how our kids are so excited to have a visitor.
New person.
Yeah, it's amazing. And then how kind they are, because in their minds they realize what it was like when they were the visitor.
Yes. Yeah.
The one coming in the other uniform. So I always say to them, listen, when you come in to visit, you're going to have lots of friends because they want to be your friend. But I mean, it's such a beautiful thing to be able to say.
It is.
That's how you're going to be received as a visitor into your potential class.
Open to anything and not judgmental. It's one thing with my youngest as well. Also being there as well, he gained an empathy that other kids don't have.
You can't buy that, or you can't teach that.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
He gained that empathy from ELSEN. So Mark, I mean, obviously, any last words before we finish up?
No,
But
Gino, I mean, it's all we can do is put ourselves in the race.
yeah, for this new property. Yeah.
Yes. So if you're not in the race, you haven't got much of a chance.
Yeah.
I know I'm realistic in the sense that I know that I'm up against it, but that's not going to stop us from believing.
Yeah.
And if it is
we
the
go.
plan A, that is for us. This, like we say, there once in a lifetime opportunity for us. If that's going to be our new forever home, and I believe it has the potential.
Yep.
All we can do is ask people to contribute whatever they can to help us make it reality. And if there are many people, I understand that won't be able to contribute, but if they could maybe refer it to someone who might be able to.
And spread the word. Spread the
And
word,
spread
because
the
we
word.
definitely need people to know about it as well.
Anyone has Elon Musk's
It-
email address, maybe?
Elon Musk's email address, if you've got it. It's elon@grok.com. Oh, my word.
Or spaceship.
Yeah, spaceship, starlink.com. Oh, but Mark, thank you so much for joining us
Gino,
today. It's
pleasure.
been great on a Monday. We don't normally do it on a Monday. Thank you for coming in. I'm glad we got you. And this will be rebroadcast again on tomorrow night, 6:30, which is our standard time. We'll set it up. And thank you to Pinion and to Fitch and Leeds, our sponsors. And to thank you to all of you for watching. And then also thank you for helping, if you can, help ELSEN Academy to find their forever home. Let's go. Let's do this. Because it's the kids, I mean, it would just be, it's the perfect place.
Perfect.
It is the perfect place.
The stars must align.
The stars have to align. So cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, Mark. Thank you for
Jim.
coming. Been bloody marvellous.
Thank you.
And good night. We'll see you next week as well. From Tuesday to Tuesday. 6:30. We'll be there. Cheers.
Relax, sit down. Coming out of PE town. One drink, find a shot. Never mind your liver, get to Gino's spot.
Gino spot!
Get to Gino's spot.
Gino spot!
Have a laugh, have a giggle, and exercise your middle. Have a Gino shot.
Gino shot!
Get to Gino's spot.
Gino spot!
Get to Gino's giggle and exercise your middle. Get to Gino spot.